All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Professor Brenton Boyce. I am your professor for this session, fall 2020. Our class is Courts and the Judicial Process. This is CRJS 220, I guess, -01. And this is an online class, so this class everything will be online. We will have synchronous learning, which will essentially means real time learning sessions. So we will have a Zoom. Our Zooms will be on Tuesday nights, so I don't want to mix you guys up and be jumping from night to night. Tuesday nights is when we meet. And you'll actually get I'll post it in Blackboard, the link to the Zoom, and the password so you can log in. And we'll talk about that later because, of course, it's mandated that I have to do synchronous learning or teaching. So I can't just download pre-recorded lectures and keep it moving. I'm going to do that. That's how I'm going to give most of my lectures. So the purpose of our Zooms is just for reinforcement, for me to talk to you guys in person, make sure you guys don't have any questions and kind of re-explain some stuff. But that's my way of being available kind of in a class situation where I can teach with you guys right there. So of course this is a 3 credit hour class. Once again, my name is Professor Brenton Boyce. Just a little background about myself. I did attend North Carolina A&T State University. I was dropped off by my parents in the fall of '99, and I was picked up by my parents. Well, actually, I wasn't picked up. 'Cause by that time, I had an apartment. But I graduated in spring of 2003 with a degree in economics. So I actually came out of the business school. Sat out a year, interned or worked at a local law firm just to cut my teeth and learn a little bit. And then I entered law school that following fall of '04. And in the spring of 2007, I earned my Juris Doctor degree from North Carolina Central University. So that's when I became a lawyer, took the bar that summer, passed it. And I've been practicing law since 2007. I guess September to be exact. Whatever my license says. I think it says September. My license back there somewhere. Yeah. Back here. But I've been practicing law ever since. Started out in a small firm, the firm I interned for a few months. Then end up transitioning to the public defender's office here in Guilford County. Did that for almost 5 years, like 4.5 years. Moved from there, moved on to a small private firm in Mecklenburg County or Charlotte, North Carolina. Did that for a year, cut my teeth, learned the business side, and said, you know what? I can do this for myself. I can earn a living. I can have my own business and keep it moving. So in 2013, I moved back here and I opened up what is called the Law Offices of Brenton J. Boyce, and been doing that since 2013. So I'm 7 years strong, and I'm still in the building. They hadn't kicked me out yet. Still practicing law. So that was in 2013, roughly 7 years ago. I've been teaching at A&T since spring 2012. So that spring 2012 semester was my first semester. So pretty much pretty much 8 years of teaching here at A&T. So I've enjoyed every second of it. It's actually the most rewarding thing I do, getting to guide people in their future, people that have made the decision to hire their education or take themselves to the next level. And it's great to be able to give you guys, especially Aggies, people at my own alma mater, guidance and what to do in their careers and teaching you guys how to be professionals. So that's my story. Of course, you guys are gonna have to give me your story because I've posted. Let me put my phone on vibrate. Oh, it never fails. I've posted the discussion board, the initial discussion board for this class. We're actually see how many for our course this semester. I did plan it out. Yeah, so this is the first of 3 discussion boards, and this is just a general self-introduction. So they're like 5 questions about who you are. So log on tonight, or you have until like 2 days to do it. So just log in, answer those 5 questions. There's nothing you have to look up because they're questions about you. Answer those questions and you get your first 5 points. It's worth 5% of your grade. So I've told you about me. Respond and tell me about you in the discussion board. Office hours for students, my in-person office hours. Now, I did elect to be available in person. Even though I'm teaching all online classes, I will be sitting in the office on campus, and that's room 218 of Gibbs Hall. And I'll be there Monday through Thursday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Now, our Zoom call for this class will be every Tuesday at 6. So I'm printing all of my Zoom calls for all 4 of my classes are going to be at 6 o'clock Monday through Thursday. So I'll essentially be available to meet in person until I jump on Zoom right at 6. So from 4 till 6. Prerequisites for this course: CRJS100 and CRJS220. Course description. This is courts and the judicial process. This course examines the criminal process within American courts from arrest warrant application to all the way to final appeal. Topics include magistrates and judges, trial and appellate courts, plea bargains, evidence, burdens of proof, jury selection and instructions, jurisdiction, habeas corpus, and accountability. So we're going to be talking about a little bit of everything. This is not what I would call a substantive law course. So I'm not teaching you law. I'm teaching you the system, the players, the people, and what their obligations and what their job is within the inner workings of the court system. Sometimes you'll hear me describe the court system as a big machine or a big factory. In that factory, you have cogs and gears and different parts of the machine that make the factory go. So those cogs and wheels and gears are people that have specific jobs. From law enforcement at the beginning, to the prosecutor, to the judges, the defense attorneys, to even the role that citizens play as jurors and grand jurors. So we're going to talk about all that. We're going to talk about how judges are selected, how prosecutors are selected, and how their offices run. We're going to talk about defense attorneys. We're going to talk about juries and jury selection. We're going to get down to the structure of the court system, bailiffs, and what law enforcement does. So this is just an overview of the system. It's not like intro to criminal procedure. It's a little bit more in depth. So we're going to learn things from a historical standpoint. So you're not just going to learn about courts. You're going to learn how the courts were created within the American system, like what part of the Constitution even created the court system. So everything you learn as we go chapter to chapter, there's always going to be a history, where it came from, all the way to what it is today. So that's what we're going to be doing in this course. Student learning objectives. I want you guys to learn to effectively employ critical thinking skills in written and oral communication. Won't be as much written and oral, being online. Pretty much, the way you're gonna be tested is everything is gonna be either multiple choice or short response, like on database. Not database. Discussion boards. You'll have this first discussion board is easy, but the other discussion board. The other 2 discussion boards will be something asking questions from the chapters that we've gone over. So just go through and answer the question. Now, you're not timed, but you do need to turn the discussion board in by the deadline. So it's not like an exam where once you open it, you got to finish it in that sitting with the discussion boards. And then of course on the exams, we have a I'll get to it in a minute, but we got quizzes, which are multiple choice, and we also have a final exam, which is multiple choice. So I'm going to talk to you about the point and grading allotment in a minute. But I want you guys to effectively relate ideas and concepts as well as models of inquiry across the different disciplines. That's saying a lot, but we're going to try. We're going to use analytical skills to evaluate information critically, apply multiple modes of inquiry, including quantitative and qualitative analysis. So quantitative being the numbers, qualitative being the quality, like, the opinion. So we're going to learn how to look at things like what is it for real based upon the numbers, and then what do I think about the system. So we're going to talk about those things. So at almost every chapter, we're going to talk about qualitative issues, what it is, percentage wise, what's going on, what the racial makeup of prosecutions are, versus what it looks like, and what public opinion is, even with judges and other people in the court system. Let me see. We're going to talk about burdens of persuasion and burdens of proof. So you're going to learn that. I want you to explain criminal law concepts. We're not really going to learn as much. There's a little bit of element of crime, but I'm not going to be beating you guys up over criminal crime elements. So because we're not really learning substantive law. So I'm not going to be doing any practical application, teach you substantive law, and asking you to apply it. This is all learning who does what and what their job is, primarily, and how the system is supposed to work, and what's added to the system to make it better. I want you to explain the concepts and functions of a prosecutor, jury, defense counsel, witnesses, and judicial officers. I want you to be able also to discuss various topics related to criminal trials, like plea bargaining, jury nullification, habeas statutes, and juvenile delinquency. So we're going to talk about a little bit of everything. So this is like an overview, a more in-depth overview of the court system. The required textbook for this class is Criminal Courts: A Contemporary Perspective, by Hemmings, Brody, and Spahn. It's a Sage Publications book. This is the 4th edition. Came out in 2020. Now, any of you, we just changed to this textbook over the summer. So it is a new textbook. They of course, this is the 4th edition, so they have earlier editions. I've never read those earlier editions. It's the only edition I have, so that's where I'm going to be teaching from. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to maybe, if you're trying to save money, look into getting the earlier edition. But I'm gonna ask that you get the newest edition. But I guess so another required material is make sure you have computer and internet access, because this is an online class. Other suggested reading text, I didn't put it in the syllabus, but you can suggested reading and text would maybe I'll add earlier editions of the textbook. So this is the 4th edition, so that means there are 3 other editions that you can use to supplement. We're going to be referencing the United States Constitution, so maybe having a pocket copy of that, or accessing it on the internet. North Carolina State Constitution, we're not really going through that like that, but it's just something you can supplement to get an idea of a state constitution. Black's Law Dictionary, in case you run across a word or something in your reading you don't understand, and just a normal dictionary. So those are suggested or supplemental materials that are not required but suggested. The only required textbook is Criminal Courts: A Contemporary Perspective, 4th edition. And that's listed in the syllabus. Now, grading allocation. I put the grading policy in the, of course, we're on plus minus at A&T now. So I've included that in the syllabus. Also, grading allocation. How am I grading? Course grades are based on a weighted scale of 100%. Grading consists of synchronous learning attendance, Zoom, which is essentially class attendance. So I'm taking attendance on the Zooms. Classroom discussion board participation. So we're going to have 3 discussion boards that you're going to be graded on. We got 2 quizzes, and then we have a final exam. So essentially you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things you're going to be graded on over this semester. So the synchronous learning, or the Zoom attendance, that's going to be 10%. And I want to say for this class, I think I designed it where you guys are going to have, how many Zoom meetings? Y'all, for this class, y'all have exactly 10 Zooms. So you can almost mathematically say your attendance at each Zoom session is worth 1 point, or 1% of your grade. So literally, I'm going to grade it by how many. So if you attend 7 out of 10 Zooms, that means you got 7 out of 10. 7% out of 10% for the attendance for your grade. So you almost be able to calculate your grade, at least for attendance yourself. So your attendance, Discussion boards. We have the three discussion boards. One is up now. It's just the introduction. The other two are going to come up periodically throughout the semester, and we're gonna go through the learning schedule. You'll see where those come up. So it's three discussion boards. The one up tonight is worth 5 points. Then the other two that come later on in the semester, those are also worth 5. So the discussion boards equal out to being a total of 15%. So you got 10% from attendance or Zoom, 15% from discussion boards. That's 25%. Then you have 2 quizzes, which will be periodically be given periodically during the course of the semester. I think once we get through, I think the first one's after we get through maybe halfway through the book or something like that. Then I think we get through the first 6 or 7 chapters. Then there is a quiz. Then we go through maybe the next 12 or all the way to chapter 11 to 12 or something like that. Then the next quiz. Then you'll be tested again, and the last test will be the final. So the 2 quizzes are each worth 15% each. So that's a total of 30%. And I hope you're doing the math. That's 25 plus 30. That is 55. So the remaining 45 points or 45% from that you'll earn during this semester is all on the final. So the final's pretty heavy. It's not quite 50% of your grade. It's 45% of your grade. So the final is worth 45%. And so that equals out to 100. Now, the good thing about my quizzes and my finals is they all have an additional extra credit question that can earn you an additional 5 points per quiz or per exam. So even though I'm grading on a 100-point scale, you can actually earn up to 115 points tops for this class. So that gives you a 15-point cushion if you miss something. As long as you do perfect on the multiple choice, you'll be fine. And as long as even if you're not necessarily reading the book like you're supposed to, and you should, if you are following and looking at all of my my lectures, you should, you need to kind of follow it up with at least skimming the chapters to prepare for each week. But if you're listening to my lectures, you should be fine. So you may not get perfect, but and the book also has online resources. What's this? edge.sagepub.com /Hemmings 4E. Let me see. There's a way I can get it close to. I think the one thing about these cameras is a lot of times they are opposite or off. You see this website right here. I can't type it for you because I can't do this in the recording. But edge.sagepub.com /Hemmings 4E. So you can go there. You can log in as a student, and there are resources. You can get chapter outlines. Then you can do the little quizzes for each chapter. Some of the questions I got from there, I'm not gonna say I got all of them from there because they have different test banks for professors. But as long as you're on your stuff, you should be fine. I'm not gonna you in other words, do your due diligence, learn, listen to me. And at least look at the chapter outlines that are online, and you should be fine. So you gotta think. You got to show up for the Zooms, log in, answer the roll, listen. That's 10% of your grade. The discussion boards, you determine the outcome. Honestly, all you gotta do is get in and answer the questions to the best of your ability. And as long as you're showing effort, you'll get full credit. So because this is an online course, I have to keep you engaged. And that's the purpose of the discussion board. So not only am I going to be in front of you, but I want to keep you engaged and make sure I can't touch you physically, but I want to make sure touching you at least virtually through the discussion board. So and your Zooms and the discussion board. So just get on the discussion boards, do everything in a timely manner, pay attention to your syllabus, and do what you're told. Do what the syllabus says, and you at least with the stuff you can control. Because sometimes with multiple choice, you might get that wrong, right? But with stuff like the attending the Zooms and discussion boards, there's no reason you shouldn't get all 25% that's allotted for those two brackets of learning, or those two things we're gonna do to the Zooms, and the 3 discussion boards. You should get your 25%. You can control that. All you gotta do is be there. All you gotta do is respond. But of course, give effort and respond to the discussion board. Give answers. Go through, look at the book, and just engage. Just indulge me, okay? The quizzes, even you may not get everything right, but if you do, and then you get the extra credit question right, you get you walk into everything else with 5 points extra per quiz, and then the final is another extra 5 points that can go to maybe supplement you for something you may have missed. So doing well in my class is all about knowing the math. If you know how to count and know what you can kind of guess what, not even guess, but figure out what you need to do and what and probably make up for something you missed. But I would prefer you not miss anything and just do stuff when it's supposed to be done. We have other course policies. Of course, we want you to use the Blackboard. That means check your Blackboard. I'm sorry, it's a little hot in here. Also, your Blackboard is connected to your aggies.ncant.edu account. That is the email you need to have connected to your phone. That is the email you need to check, because when I put stuff in Blackboard, it's literally going directly to that email, and it comes to my email as well. So I know you got it because I got it. So stay on top of the email. What else we got here? Everything else, you need to read the syllabus yourself, of course, but I'm gonna go through as much as I can. Americans with Disabilities Act, of course. We're not in class, so it's not a situation where I have to ask if you need to sit closer or anything like that. The way I have accommodated the Americans with Disabilities Act when it comes to my exams, I get my quizzes and exams, I give like a large amount of time to complete it. So you're not gonna, literally, I think for my my quizzes, I think you got like 90 minutes to do like 15 questions or something like that. With the final, you have like 3 hours to do 45 questions. So I give a large block of time because I can't really differentiate between who needs regular time and who needs extended time. So I just gave everybody an extended block of time. So that's how I've tried to accommodate as best I can. Title IX, of course, we're not in person, but if you report something to me, I'm telling the cops. If someone is harassing you, you tell me. I'm not playing those games. We are reporting it to the authorities. Certain situations they say, well, it's up to the student, but I don't want to be the one that did not go directly to the authorities when something criminal was reported to me. So if you tell me, you're telling the cops, because I'm going to tell the cops, because I want my job. And that's just keeping it real. Got the technical support link and the number in the syllabus. Of course, student handbook. Our COVID policy, of course, because we're not meeting in person, this won't really be very relevant, but it is because I do have in-person office hours. Because of that, if you're coming in the building to see me, you're required to wear a mask, and we're going to socially distance. So if you require a conference or have any type of request, any type of or even set an appointment to come see me, or come see me during my scheduled office hours, we're going to be socially distanced, and we're going to have masks on, and there's going to be plenty of sanitizer in the office, because I ain't trying to get sick, and I don't want you to get sick. I want us all to be healthy. So that's essentially the COVID policy. So just, when you're inside buildings, I don't think they're making you wear it when you're outside. I think outside is like the safest place to be as long as you're distanced. But definitely when you're walking in the buildings on campus, you're supposed to be masked up. Have your mask on and practice social. You're supposed to practice social distancing everywhere, whether you're outside or inside. But definitely inside buildings, you need to have a mask on. Let me see what else we got. Let's go to the learning schedule. All right. So tonight, of course, we're doing the course introduction and syllabus discussion. So the way I've designed the class, because I teach 4 classes all online, I've designed it so each class has a night of the week, Monday through Thursday, where I'm only Zooming with that class. So you guys are my Tuesday night class. So the way my syllabus is designed, this is the last time we're going to talk. We're Wednesday and Tuesday. So literally every Wednesday, I'm going to be posting something. And every Tuesday, The August 25th is next Tuesday. Let me confirm. Look at my. Yeah, August 25th is next Tuesday. So every Wednesday, something will be posted. There'll be something, my chapter lecture or something like that. And then every Tuesday, so the following Tuesday is when we meet to talk about it on our Zoom. So you're never going to be, so when you're giving something on a Wednesday, that's to give you almost 6 days to read, to look at my lectures, to read and prepare. Then we meet on the following Tuesday to talk about it in the Zoom. So this first, as a matter of fact, we have a Zoom scheduled on August 25th, and I'll just be reiterating what we talked about tonight, the syllabus, and getting to know you guys more. So we'll meet on the Zoom. Not only will you be posting the discussion board this evening, but also I'll get to talk and get a self introduction from you guys and really get to know you guys' personality a little bit better via Zoom. Then the following that Wednesday right after that, the 26th, you'll get chapters 1 and chapter 2 lectures, and it's going to be YouTube links. So you just click on the link and I start talking. So the lectures are good, but you need to also supplement my lectures with reading. You need to read the book. It's a lot in that book. So go through those chapters. We're never gonna do more. Let me see. We're never doing more than 2 chapters a week. So really, if you can read 2 chapters a week and also listen or look at my lectures, you have 6 days and just show up on Tuesday night in the Zoom ready to talk about it or ask any questions if you have them. So that's what we're doing. So then we go. So remember every Wednesday, then the following Tuesday. Let me see. Then quiz 1 is going to be administered on Tuesday the 22nd. So Tuesday the 22nd, September 22nd, is when quiz 1, when I'm going to open up quiz 1. It's going to be dealing with chapters 1 through 6. It'll be up that Tuesday, and I have to remember what the deadline is. I usually give you guys through like 3 or 4 days to do it. So if it comes up Tuesday, the deadline is probably going to be like Thursday or Friday. So I'm not going to give you open amount of time. Get in there and take the quiz. It's 15 questions. Answer the questions. You got time. You essentially have a week before to have prepared and studied for it. And so you got quiz 1. Then we after quiz 1 we go back that Wednesday right after the 22nd. I'm dropping chapter 7. Discussion board the following Wednesday. Chapter 8 discussion board is up Wednesday. Not discussion board, but Zoom discussion that Tuesday. Chapter 8. Zoom discussion on Wednesday. Zoom discussion in chapter 9. So that's how it goes. So essentially, the way it works is every Wednesday I'm going to be giving you guys something. I'm going to be dropping knowledge, right? I'm sorry. Start over. Every Wednesday I'm going to be dropping knowledge. Every Tuesday you guys are going to be meeting with me or doing something for me. So either you're going to be doing a quiz or let me see your discussion boards. Yeah, discussion board 2 is actually so I'm going to be dropping chapter 9 on October 7th, but discussion board 2 will also be posted. So you have to answer discussion board 2. I'll probably give you like 3 or 4 days to answer that, so the deadline will be posted. So in other words, don't take your time, get it done. And I just want you to answer to the best of your knowledge. Go through the book and give me answers. And I got the discussion boards from the questions at the end of certain chapters. So it's straight book. So the answers are in the book. Then we go through quiz number 2 is going to be posted on Tuesday, October 27th, and that's going to be chapters 7 through 12. So you're going to need to take that. You're going to have between 3 and 4 days to take that. Then we come back Then that Wednesday, I'm going to drop 13. The following Tuesday, November 3rd, that is a national holiday called Voting Day. We will not have class. I do not want to be a hindrance. I don't want anybody to say, "Well, I couldn't go vote because we had class." No, boys does not have class on voting day. You get your behind out there and you go to the polls and you vote. I can't tell you who to vote for, but go vote. Um, so then so that still after voting day, I'll be dropped in chapter 14. And then the third discussion board will also be posted. That following Wednesday, November the 10th, we'll have our 9th Zoom meeting. And then the Wednesday after that, I'll be posting what I call the OTB, or outside the book lecture. I also post a supplemental reading that goes with that, so that is going to be tested. So I'm going to give you the reading for that. It's not in the textbook. It's a chapter from another textbook that I liked, and I wanted to include it in our learning. So I'll post that reading for you, and I'll post the lecture. Then we'll come back again. And then I'll also post the cumulative course review on that same night on November 11th. Then on November 17th, we're going to meet for our final Zoom discussion number 10, where we talk about everything through the whole semester, cumulative course review. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the outside the book if you have any questions. And I also do a final exam review as well. So we'll talk about all that. Your final exam will be posted. So the idea, of course, if you guys have looked at the calendar, you guys don't have a fall break, and we're not recognizing Labor Day, and there's no fall break. The reason behind that is we're trying to make it where the semester ends the week of Thanksgiving, essentially. So the last day of classes is that Tuesday right before Thanksgiving. As a matter of fact, campus closes at that point. So if you're leaving campus, you got to be gone. Dorms closed. You got to be gone by the end of the day. By the end of the day, on November 24th. So I've designed my class where I'm giving you guys the opportunity to already have taken your final before that comes up. So rather than you guys have to be running around like a chicken with a head cut off, trying to get off campus, trying to get home for Thanksgiving, which is also the end of the semester. So you're pretty much packing for Christmas break on Thanksgiving. I want you to be done so when you get home, you won't have to worry about it. So the final exam is actually going to be posted that last Wednesday, November 18th. So November 18th, the exam goes up at like 7 or 8 a.m., and it'll be up until the last day of class, November 24th. So you'll have that amount of days to prepare and take the exam. That way I don't want you to be worried about it. Now, the university requires me to offer and administer the exam during the final exam during the exam period, the university scheduled exam period, and that is December 8th. So if you don't take it during that first section or opportunity, it'll be open where you can take it on December 8th, and it'll be up all day from December 8th, roughly 7 or 8 a.m. all the way till 11:59 or before midnight the next day. So if you want to go through that stress, have at it. But you can be done on the 18th or around or before you leave or before the last day of class on 24th. I'm just giving you guys that option, and that's normally an option everyone takes because people normally don't want to be dealing with all that stuff. So that is the syllabus. Please print it out or have it readily available, and it is in the PDF format, or have it where you can look at it. This is a very important document. It's important because I'm going to go, I literally had to go through and create the schedule myself, right? So if I created the schedule myself, that means I'm going to follow it. I'm not going to create a schedule for something I'm not going to follow, right? So it's very important. I'm going to be on it. So without further ado, I'll end this session. It's good. It's going to be hopefully it'll be pleasurable to teach you guys this semester. It never has been a bad thing to teach students at A&T. So I know this will be just like every other semester, a pleasure. We just want to make sure everyone's on a timely manner. Follow that syllabus. We're online, right? I'm not around to hold your hand. I'm not around a lot. We're not really meeting in person. The only in-person opportunity you have to meet with me is if you come to the office hours. So because I'm not in front of you, and there's no more of that coming up after class, talking during class or giving a discussion, a lecture during class, and after class you have questions, you come up to the front like you do. I'm not there. So that means that syllabus is pretty much an embodiment of me. If I'm not there, my syllabus is. It is me. If you want to know what's up next or what's going on, it's in the syllabus. If you have issues and you have a question about something in the syllabus, ask me. I'll answer your question. Either email me in the syllabus itself, in my instructor contact information. I gave you the department number on campus, which the department's pretty much going to be a ghost town. But I also gave you my law office number. So my law office, that phone rings all the time. I have an assistant here who works in my law office. He'll pick up, give me the message. I'll call you back. Also, you guys have my business mobile, my phone number to my business line for my mobile business line for my law office. So you can call me or text me there. I prefer you text me there. So I'm reachable. If you have a question, just hit me up. So I'm making myself the most accessible professor in A&T history. So without further ado, you guys take care and be good.